But anyway, real quickly, I want to recognize somebody. And I told you this off air, but it was earlier. You might have forgotten. But we were talking a few weeks ago here on the program about now several weeks, I guess, about the regret that I still felt to this day, because when I was 18 years old at Valentine's Day, the single, the Bobby Caldwell single, What You Won't Do for Love, was issued on heart-shaped red vinyl as a special Valentine's Day edition, and I didn't purchase it because
there was a new issue of Archie Comics you just had to have.
No, it was, I can't remember now whether the retail price then was like $8 or even $10, but it was as much or $1 more as the average album, much less single back in those days, when the singles were going for 99 cents to $1.99, depending on whether it was a current hit or a back catalog. And myself at 17, 18, being the fiscally conservative young man that I was, could not justify, even though that red vinyl was so cool, could not justify that price at that point in time for something of that nature. And it haunted me ever since. And then Bobby Caldwell died, and I got nostalgia. I waxed nostalgic about the vinyl that I had forsaken because I was a cheapskate as a teenager. And we talked about that. And a fella named Anthony DeFrancisco, out of the blue.
Sounds fake.
It is not. Well, it's printed right there on, I won't tell you anymore because now I've given his full name. I don't want people to be able to look him up by his hometown and persecute him or anything. But he sent me a box. I opened the post office box the other day, and there is a record shipping box with the heart-shaped vinyl, red vinyl single in the original sleeve. And he sent it. He said, as entertaining as our show is, as much enjoyment as we've given him, even though he'd never heard of Bobby Caldwell and he's never heard the song What You Won't Do for Love, a red vinyl heart-shaped record sounds like a cool thing to have. So he said, here, and he sent it to you too, Brian, in spirit. But I got
what does that mean? He sent it to me too. I'm not receiving anything.
Well, you've gotten the good feeling to know that I got something that I've wanted for a long time, and I'll leave it to you in my will.
What you would do for love?
That's exactly right. I would do that.
Okay.
And actually,
thank you, Anthony DeFrancisco. Cucamonga.
Hey, come on. Do you think that Bobby Caldwell inspired Meatloaf? What You Won't Do for Love became I Would Do Anything for Love, but I Won't Do That?
Well, Meatloaf didn't write it. That was Jim Steinman.
Well, but Meat and Stein were together like fucking meat and cheese.
Well, Meat brought the loaf, but Steinman wrote the lyrics.
Well, I'd rather have my Meatloaf than my Stein, man.
When were you first exposed to Bat Out of Hell? That was such a big record. Did you like it?
What do you mean was I first exposed to it? When they started playing it on the fucking radio?
But I mean, do you remember hearing it? Was
17 years old.
My point is, it was such a different sound because it was so theatrical compared to so many of the other modern rock songs of that era. I would think it would have, I can't even talk. I would have thought it would have stood out. Now you got me mad.
Well, it did.
About love.
It did stand out, but the promotional video that they made to accompany it, the nipples of who was it? Who was that? Oh my gosh, who was the girl in the video?
Oh.
The nipples of her stood out even more than the song.
She married, what's his name? She married Robbie Benson. I forget her name though.
She married him?
She married Robbie Benson.
Jesus Christ, what did he have, a fucking 18-inch swastika?
Well, for like 2 years, he was like the hot teen star, and then he disappeared to have fun with that.
Yeah, well, anyway, nevertheless, where were we? Obviously, a bad place is where we were going with that. But no,
Bat Out of Hell. Between
having the break with the baseball announcing from, what's his face?
Phil Rizzuto, Hall of Famer.
Yeah. And the whole crescendo of music and everything, that was a big hit on album rock radio, at least at that point, from the time that they released it, as I remember.
Did you like it?
I loved it. It was perfect. It was perfect to go to the Showcase Cinemas on a weeknight when there was nobody there and they had a fucking 27-acre parking lot. Huh?
Was that the porn theater?
No, that was the nicest
You're
theater
going to alone in the big parking lot? What are you talking about?
No. I'm talking about going and parking and listening to the fucking baseball announcer talking about people going and parking.
Phil Rizzuto.
The
scooter.
I don't know what he rode around in. It's not up to me. Whether it could be a Segway, could be a moped, a hover round. Whatever the case. Anyway, I got that vinyl now. How did we get from that to Meatloaf?
Do you have a working record player?
Of course.
Do you use it?
Not often. I don't have time, but it's there if I need to transcribe something from my extensive vinyl collection to cassette tape where it belongs.
What was the last record you played?
Oh my god. What? Oh shit. The goddamn, the Pencil Neck Geek, the Freddie Blassie album that I got, probably, geez, that's been 2 years ago now. I'm ashamed to say that. That's the last record I played. But I got the Freddie Blassie album, and I wanted to hear a couple of things. And then I transcribed some of the. Transcribed.
You're writing the lyrics down? Is that what you do?
No. Well,
you really are old-fashioned.
It's what I was doing. That's why I was befuddled. Because for a column that I wrote, I'll have you know, I'm very literary. I was writing about the Memphis music, and the Handsome Jimmy and Lawler had done records, and Sputnik Monroe did a record, and the radio play that various people got there, and the Plowboy Frazier did a fucking record, for God's sake, on Barbarian, thanks to Jim Blake. But anyway, I've dubbed them over to cassette tape where I could play them back and actually write down a couple of the lyrics or make a couple of notes or whatever. That's what I was trying to say to you. Good God. You're argumentative today.
I'm not argumentative. You're so fascinating.
I'm in one of those moods. I'll have you know I've already called a son of a bitch a mushmouth moron today.
And I approve. I think mushmouth and moron separately need to be used more often, and you put them together, it creates a grand word.
Got the alliteration. All right.